Hi, my dear students. I am your Srinivas sir. I am teaching science for fourth standard. Yesterday, I have briefly explained the science first chapter, that is food production in plants. Food production in plants. In this chapter, some hard words are, some important terms are there. So, in brief, we will explain and once again we recall the chapter in this session. Okay, we will recall the chapter in this session. So here, what is this chapter name? Food production in plants. Food production in plants. How the plants produce food. How the plants produce food. Here, yesterday I will explain the food production takes place in leaves. Where it takes place? In leaves. So we will briefly today once again we recall the chapter for your better understanding. For your better understanding. Once again I will read very easily. So once again you concentrate on the textbook for the hard words or the important terms. Some important terms are there. You have to read them because in the further future classes, these are all the very important terms for your next classes or for the next standards also. In your life, these are all the, in science and maths, they are very important. What you are learning, they are the steps for the next classes. So just once again, for that reason, once again, I am explaining the important terms. Okay, here I will read the lesson once again. Plants are essential for our existence. Yesterday itself I have explained that plants are very essential for our existence. That means without plants we can't live. Without plants we can't live. What they provide us? They provide us food, fuel, oxygen and clothes. And clothes. We use wood as fuel. Yesterday I have explained wood as fuel. We use wood for making furniture and tools. We use this wood as for using furniture and tools. Okay. Plants range from how they starts from very small to big trees. The range. That is the range. The plants are available very small plants to the big trees. Okay. I have given the example also that huge coniferous, that is very small green planktons that is grown in sea to the bigger coniferous trees in the hilly region. But all plants have common feature of producing their own food in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight, they produce their own food. Not only for them, they produce the food for us also. They produce food for us also. Okay. In this plant, what is the main thing? For the food production, the leaf. What is the main thing? The leaf. Yesterday itself I have shown the leaf and I have explained the parts also. Once again, I will show in the textbook. Okay, structure of leaf, how the structure this is. A leaf has an outgrowth from a node on a plant stem. See here, node. A lump or knot. A lump or knot. Node means a lump or knot. That means the starting point. The starting point of the leaf, that is called as node. A lump or knot. Now you understand what is a node, a lump or knot. Okay. Leaves of different plants come in different shapes and size. So you know very well, all the leaves are not in the same size and same shape. Some are very long, some are very small, some are very wide, some are very thin, and some are very lengthy. For example, banana leaf, it is very lengthy. Yes, coconut trees leaves, they are different. Okay, so many leaves you have seen, so they are all in different ways. That means they are not in same size and same shape. They are in different size and shape, but all are green in color. The color is same. What the color? Green. Okay. They are often green in color. They are flat and broad to maximize their surface area for the capture of energy from sunlight and exchange gases. Why they are very broad? Because in some areas they won't get the sun rays. They won't get the sun rays. For that reason only they are growing tall to get the maximum sun rays and to wider for their purpose of getting the sun rays easily. Without sun rays, they won't prepare their own food. For that reason only the leaves will grow wider for to get the sun rays easily. Now we understand why they are growing very tall and very wider. And exchange that are used in the process of photosynthesis. Yesterday I have explained what is the photosynthesis. Once again it will come, I will explain you. The lamina is an expanded portion of a leaf. They are flat and green. The stalk or stem that connects the leaf to the plants is petiole. The tip of a leaf opposite to the petiole is called apex. Last part, this is called as apex. Okay, a midvein or midrib can be seen running through the middle of the leaf. A number of side veins are attached to the midvein. These veins provide support to the leaf. What they do? The veins, what they do? They are support for the leaves. They are support for the leaves and they will stretch like this. With the help of them only, they stretch like this. If it is the veins are not there, it will shrink. If for example, your mold, what you are doing for the mold, they are putting the iron bars. For what purpose? For the purpose of stretching flat. So these veins act like that and they will stretch the leaf properly. Understand? Next, they help to carry water from the roots to the leaves and transfer the food made in leaves to all other parts of the plant. They will transport like pipes. They will transport the food as well as water from the roots to the leaves. They transport water and minerals, everything to the leaves. When the food is prepared, they once again transfer that food to all the parts of the plant. Because the food is needed by all the parts of the plant for their growth. So these veins, what they will do? They will transport the food and water, food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant and water from the roots to the leaf. Okay. I have yesterday itself explained. Look at the microscope. The leaf looks like this. Okay. There are cross section of leaf. Look at the microscopic view of cross section of a leaf. There are a number of layers of cells inside a leaf. There are number of cells inside a leaf. That is cell. What is a cell? Minute mass of living. Very, very small. Very, very small. We can't see through our naked eye. We can see it by using the microscope only. When you come to the class, we will show it. But now you understand what is a cell? Minute mass of living. Very, very small. Okay, very, very small thing that cells made the organ. In our body, there are some crores together cells are there. We can't even count them. That much of cells are there. They are producing and they are destroying. Okay, some cells have some lifespan. After that, they will destroy and new cells will grow up. Okay, so this is the cell minute mass of living. Maximize, already explained. Maximize means increase. Next, stalk, that is stem. Stalk means stem. These are the very, very important words. You have to add the spellings also. Okay. Next, chlorophyll is a green pigment that exists in the cells. That the green color of the leaf come from this green pigment. The name is called as chlorophyll. What we call it as chlorophyll. The leaves look green because of the presence of chlorophyll. A leaf absorbs energy from sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. This green pigment only absorbs the sunlight. For the purpose of producing the food for the purpose of photosynthesis. For the purpose of photosynthesis. Okay, the lowest layer of the cells have small openings called stomata. Small openings called stomata. I should have already shown you in the last class that small openings, they absorb the oxygen. They absorb the oxygen. These stomata are guarded by the guard cells. The stomata are guarded by the guard cells. The guard cells regulate the opening and closing of stomata. Opening and closing. That is breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Breathe after breathe in, they will close. Once again you want to breathe out, they will open for the exchange of gases. For the exchange of gases. During photosynthesis, a leaf takes in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen and water vapor through stomata. When you see a leaf in the morning, some droplets are coming out. That is, at that time of photosynthesis, the water is evaporating. If you want, you do another one experiment. Just you close a plant, a small plant with some cover, plastic cover, white cover, and you tie it. You kept it in the sun rays or in the sunlight. What you will feel after some time? You feel some water droplets in the cover. We will do that experiment when you come to the school. Okay. Now you understand that water vapor also evaporate through this stomata. Water vapor also evaporate through this stomata. Next, food process in plants. Food process in plants. Plants need different things to make their own food. Their own food. First one is chlorophyll. It is a green pigment. Green pigment, that means coloring matter. Coloring matter. Coloring matter. In the stomata, the word regulate comes. See here, the guard cells regulate the opening and closing of the stomata. Regulate means control. Regulate means control. Which control? The stomata controls. The stomata controls. That means regulates the opening and closing. This is the regulate. That means the control. Next we will go for pigment. The green color pigment, that is called chlorophyll. Coloring agent or coloring matter. This is called as coloring matter. Pigment means coloring matter. Okay. This, it is a green pigment which is found in the leaves of a plant. Next, light. It means sunlight. Light means sunlight. Carbon dioxide. It is one of the many constituents of the air. It is one of the many constituents. Constituents means mixing. Sorry, constituents means what contains. Air contains oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, all those things. In that, carbon dioxide is one thing, so it uses by the plants for the production of food. For the production of food or the process of photosynthesis. Okay, next it is the water. What we are pouring or by the rain they are getting, okay, or by the earth they are absorbing, okay, by the roots. Water is absorbed by the roots for the plants, and that water is transported through this, what you call it as, what do you call them? Huh? Yes. Side veins, that water transport from the veins to, from the roots to the leaves. Roots to the leaves, and that water is used for food production. That water is used for food production. Okay. Next, nutrients and minerals from soil are absorbed through roots of a plant. And plants make food in their leaves. This process, chlorophyll present in the green leaves changes water, carbon dioxide and minerals into food starch. Food starch in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis. Already I have explained in the last class. Once again I am recalling. Okay. Plants make food in their leaves. Chlorophyll present in the green leaves changes water, carbon dioxide and minerals into food starch. What we are eating, that rice, everything, that they changes into that condition. So they are called as starch. That is called as starch. This process is called photosynthesis. What we call this process as photosynthesis. Photo means light. Photo means light. Synthesis means putting together. Synthesis means putting together. Okay. I think you understand up to here. Node, a lump or not. Maxima is increase. Stalk, stem, cell, minute mass of living. Regulate, control, pigment, coloring, matter, penetrate, enter, starch, food stored in plants. Starch means food stored in plants. Starch means food stored in plants. See, these are all the hard words coming in this chapter so far. That reason only, once again I am recalling the chapter. Okay, for better understanding. Next, how do the plants use their food? How do plants use their food? They prepared their food, but for what purpose they are using this food? For what purpose they are using this food? In your home, your mother preparing food, but what can we do after that? We will consume it. That means we will eat it. Like that, the plants also do. For what purpose we are eating the food? We are eating the food for our growth and for our living, to get energy. To get energy and for our growth, we use this food. Same way, the plants also use this food for their growth and for their energy to live. Okay, I will read this one. Plants use the food in a number of ways for their survival and growth. Plants use the food in a number of ways for their survival and growth. They need food to repair worn out cells and build new cells. I have already explained the cells have some days of lifespan. After that, they will worn out, and then the new cells will grow, new leaves will grow, new flowers will grow, new branches will grow. For that reason, they use us this food. They use us this food. Okay, they need food to repair worn out cells and build new cells. Plants release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. What they will do at the time of photosynthesis? They absorb the carbon dioxide which are inhaled by us. What we are giving out during the respiration, we are giving out carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen. That carbon dioxide is used by the plants at the time of food production. See how the God has managed this, or how the environment has managed this. What we are inhaling, exhaling, that carbon dioxide is used by the plants. And what they are giving out, that is used by us for breathing purpose. For breathing purpose. So oxygen is necessary for survival and growth of animals and human beings on the earth. That means all the living things. They need oxygen for breathing. So that means that oxygen is released by the plants for us, for our breathing purpose. That means without the plants, we can't live. We need oxygen. We need oxygen that is released by the plants. For that reason only, government and all the other people are saying, plant the trees. Plant the trees and grow them and help them to grow like your child, because they give us food, shelter, everything. So for that reason, you have to grow the plants. You have to grow the plants. They give shelter for birds, animals, insects, everything. Okay, that helps them. For that reason only, we have to plant some plants. Next, plants store their extra food in leaves. Plants store extra food in leaves, stems and roots. The stored extra food is known as starch. We use these parts as our food. We use roots. In the last class I have explained roots, stem and leaves. All those things, the extra food stored by that we are using. They are stored food in the form of fruits. We are eating them. Yes or no? Yes, we are eating the fruits. So what we are eating, that is the extra stored food. Food production in some unusual plants. Some plants, they won't produce their own food. They depend on others because they don't have the green pigment, that is colored pigment, coloring matter, that is chlorophyll. They don't have the chlorophyll. I will read this one. Some plants such as mushrooms, have seen the mushrooms, molds and fungi. Fungi means the unwanted thing that grows on bread and everything, green color. Fungus. What you call it as waste that when you kept the bread for some days without using it, some bodies will grow, some small will grow, that they are called as fungi. They are called as fungi. They use that bread for eating. They are grown. They are using that bread for growing. Are called non-green plants. They do not have chlorophyll. They do not have chlorophyll, so they cannot make their own food. So they cannot make their own food. They get their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. They get their food from dead means the animals which are dead, and decaying. Decaying means what we are not using. That means over time has bought. That means we have what we are not using, on that they will grow. Okay. Some plants you will see the leaves are in different colors. Some colors are yellow and the leaves some are like red. Okay. Then how they will prepare their own food? How they will prepare their own food? Because here the green color pigment is not present. But the green color pigment is there, but the color of the leaf is different. See here they have given the leaves of some plants like cotton appear dark red. The leaves of some plants like cotton appear dark red. This is because of the presence of a red substance that hides the green chlorophyll. Here green chlorophyll is there, but some substance is there which hides the green pigment. Chlorophyll. So in the presence of sunlight, these plants are able to prepare their own food. That means these plants prepare their own food. Plants like dodder are not able to make their own food. They are dependent on other green plants. What they will do? They penetrate. They develop special roots. Which penetrate into the host plant for their food. Penetrate means enter. They enter into the host plant. Or the plant on which they will grow. They penetrate and they will absorb the food which is transported by the veins. They penetrate into the veins and they will absorb the food. They can't do anything. The leaves, the plants, they can't do anything. Okay. The food is generally stored in the stem of the roots of the dodder plants. Next, when you go for the plants which are growing in the desert, growing in the desert, the leaves of cactus plant get reduced to spines and thrown, because in the desert area there is no rainfall. The rainfall is very less. There is a scarcity of water. That means the water is not available very much. In that also some plants will grow. What they will do? The leaves are turned into thorns. Thorns means small things that you are seeing. Okay. See this cactus on the cactus. Okay. Next. The stem contains chlorophyll. Here the stem itself contains the chlorophyll. The stem prepares the food. The process of photosynthesis or storage of food occur in their stem only. The process of photosynthesis and storage of food occur in their stem. Generally, cactus is found in desert area where very less amount of water is available. That means if the cactus is growing, that means here also we are getting very less amount of water. But in some areas it will grow where the water is going to be very less in the underground. But nowadays they are all growing everywhere. But in the desert area, what the cactus is growing act like this. Okay. Amount of water is available. In the absence of water, cactus use the food stored in fleshy stems for its growth and survival. What the food? The food is stored in the stems only. The food is stored because there is no leaves. The leaves become thorns. Okay. Next here, the food is stored in the stem only. The food is stored in the stem. See, these are the examples for cactus. I think you have seen this one because in our area also this cactus is available. Next, relationship between plants and animals. This is very important. Why these plants are there on the earth? because they are helping us. Because for the purpose of us only they are growing. Okay, relationship between plants and animals. Animals and plants depend upon each other for their survival and growth. That means we are interdependent. That means we are depending on the plants, plants depending on us. We are interdepending. Okay, animals need food to eat and oxygen to breathe. Animals, what we are need? We are need food to eat and oxygen for our breathing purpose. That is, we are getting from the plants. That means we are depending on them. Plants provide oxygen and food to animals. Plants need carbon dioxide to prepare food. That means for the preparation of food, they need carbon dioxide. That is breathed out by us. Breathed out by us. Animals breathe out carbon dioxide. Animals breathe out carbon dioxide. That means plants depend on our carbon dioxide. That means what we breathe out, that carbon dioxide they need. They need the carbon dioxide what we breathe out. This carbon dioxide is used by the plants in the process of photosynthesis. I have already explained. Photo means light, synthesis means putting together. The preparation of food is called as photosynthesis. Thus we should maintain a balance in nature. Balance in nature for the survival of both plants and animals. We should participate in all essential activities to preserve and protect both plants and animals. Both plants and animals, we have to preserve them. We won't going on cutting them. Okay, we are destroying the forest area. For that reason only we are getting very, very hot. Okay, if the plants are more, we are getting cool breeze. Cool breeze. So the ecological balance. Ecological means related to nature. See the word ecological balance. Ecological means related to nature. Ecological balance could be maintained. Balance means what your weighing machine. If both are equal, so we will accept. If one is more, one is less, we can't accept. Yes or no? So they should be balanced. They should be balanced. So we need ecological balance should be maintained. Okay. See here, fact file. The World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June all over the world for the importance of plants. For the importance of plants, because all the forest has cut it out. For that reason, government has fixed one day for planting the trees. Not that only the day, any day you fix, you plant the plant, no problem. Just here, the World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June all over the world. On the day, if the classes are going very well, we will also plant the plants on the day in our school campus. But due to this corona, we can't make this function. Okay. If the school is running regularly, so in all schools, they will do this environmental day with coloring the green. I think you are remembering. Yes, last year we have celebrated this environmental day. The stored form of sugar is called starch. Starch, food stored in plants. Starch, Vana Mahotsav program helps to promote the planting of trees. Vana Mahotsav. This is also a new word. Vana Mahotsav means planting of trees and making into Vana. Vana means a area where there are so many plants that like forest. Vana means forest. Vana Mahotsav means forest day. That means we are making the forest. Okay. So here some 6 points are given. Let us summarize. Then that means what we are summarizing the lesson. That what we are learned in the lesson. So this is third time I am explaining. First time I will explain the class. Second, this class I have explained, summarize this one. Next third time, within the brief 6 points. Photosynthesis is a process by which green plants make their own food. Photosynthesis means is a process by which green plants make their own food. Plants and animals are equally important to each other. Important for each other. That means plants and animals are interdependent. Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight and chlorophyll are necessary for the process of photosynthesis. What the plants use? Water, carbon dioxide, sunlight and chlorophyll are the necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Veins enable leaf to distribute water and food within the leaf. Veins. They help in the within the leaf for the distribution of the water and the food products. In the plant itself, some pipes like things are there. You will learn them in the higher classes. They will help for the transportation of food. Okay, and water. Stomata help in the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. They also give out water vapor. At the time of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is used and the oxygen is released. The exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen is done by the stomata. They also give out water vapor. They also give out water vapor. Some unusual plants such as mushrooms and fungi do not have chlorophyll. That means they are non-green plants. They don't prepare their own food. They depend on the dead animals or decaying things to grow. Okay, this is the chapter. I think you understand very well because I have done this for the 2 times. Okay, these are the important terms. Just you remember and read well. Now I think you have copied this one. Okay, if you have copied, you just practice these words very well. Okay, these are the very, very important terms. I hope you understand very well. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.